afternoon to our viewers in Miss Kiffin's Law class. I'm your host, Ryan Davidson, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to our live broadcast in this very historical moment. Please welcome our very special guest, Jong, the Supreme Leader of North Korea. We are broadcasting from our sponsors today, Eichenberg Motors and Backcountry 4x4 here in Tillsonburg, Ontario. Welcome, Kim, and thank you.
I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity, not only for the government, but more for the people in the international community. I really hope this interview will give the world a better look on what North Korea is really about.
So you really want to set the record straight to the understanding of what North Korea really has to offer to its people?
That is correct, yes.
Would you say you're on the verge of war with the rest of the world, other than your allies?
I'd say that's a fair statement, yeah.
So kind of off topic from a world war, talk about mainly human rights violations within your country. How would you describe overall picture of the issue?
Well, if we were to discuss the big picture of it, if you want to consider these being human rights violations, they consist of media control, religious freedoms, labor rights, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of movement, freedom of the press, minority rights, right to food, forced prostitution, forced abortion. Now, in the past, we have signed and ratified several human rights treaties, some of those being the Convention on Rights of a Child, the Convention on Eliminating All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the Convention on the Rights of a Person with Disabilities. Now, of course, we don't really care about this. We just try to take care of ourselves mostly.
Now you say pray to me. What does that really mean?
Well, we being the Kim family are gods to them. At least that's what we teach them and tell them to do. If you disrespect that and don't follow along with their daily prayers, you're killed or tortured. We let the people have other religions such as Buddhism, but they need to know their place as being mortals compared to us. There's this one funny moment. We had a famous prisoner named Kenneth Bae, a Korean American who ran Christian tours in North Korea. The guy's already a joke, so in 2013 we gave him 15 years of hard labor, a light sentence for what he's done. A year later, we released him in 2014 for health reasons. That just shows that sometimes, we care for others.
Don't you see the bad in any of this?
Well, not exactly. We have a pretty tight schedule between the rich and the poor people here. The lower part can help themselves, as I said before. They can follow our instructions on how to live by praying to us using our advanced technology given to them. Not only praying, but also the advanced technology given.
Very interesting, Mr. Kim. Now what about the advanced technology and the media control you just mentioned?
The media control and the advanced technology. You see, we as a country spend about $1.6 billion a year on military, while the rest get a slim pick of it. Our advanced technology consists of early 2000s computers, and only the rich get phones. We even made sure that we have one network system that the government can always watch you on. No matter what you do online, we will find it. I'm almost positive as a leader of North Korea, and this is coming straight from the heart, that 1/3 of our population will never, ever get to use a phone. They will have no idea how to use it or if they even exist because of the lack of knowledge they have on them. Completely isolated and their minds basically controlled by me. That to me is the perfect citizen.
Now before we wrap this up, Kim, how would you like to explain how you're treated on the news around the world?
Overall, what the media is saying is most likely true, if not always right. Of course, I don't really care about what they have to say. It's the UN. It's what the UN does that makes me want to start a nuclear war. They always try to have Security Council meetings because I guess we are too dangerous to the rest of the world. What I do to avoid this is simply threaten them. In fact, last Christmas, Christmas of 2019, the US almost went through with the Security Council meeting. What I did was send them a little message. The message said, if you go through with this meeting, then you're going to receive an early Christmas gift. That's kind of just a hint on how well we spend our money. Thank God I spend my money not on my people, but on nukes and missiles.
right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kim Jong-un one last round of applause for the great interview about how his country really is. Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Thank you.